Here's one of the you try it examples from when we were learning about if. And this was the one where we wanted the user to enter their age and then print a message if they were old enough to vote. So let's just remind ourselves how this script works. If the person that is entering their age enters something that's above 18, greater than or equal to, we get a message saying you're old enough to vote, you should register. If the person enters an age that's less than 18, they don't get any message at all. The script just ends. What we'd really like to do is provide a second message for the people that aren't old enough to vote that says, I'm sorry, you're not old enough to vote. We could do that by putting in a whole second if block, right? And the condition on that if would be something like this. If age is less than 18, print, sorry, you aren't, you aren't old enough to vote, right? And if we look at these conditions, right, they're mutually exclusive. I'll only ever do one or the other. The age will either be greater than or equal to 18 or it will be less than 18. There's never any situation in which I would do both of these if statements. And so this works, and we could do it this way if we wanted, but there's actually another way to do this in MATLAB when what we have is two mutually exclusive conditions when we want to make a decision between two things. So here a person is either old enough to vote or they're not. We're making a decision between those two options. What we can do in that case is instead of having a whole separate if, we can go back up here to our original if, and between the if and the end, we insert an else. And this is what we're going to do inside that else. Okay. We can erase the second if. All right. So notice there's no condition on this else here. And let's look at what happens now when we run our script. So if I run the script and the voter is old enough to vote, right, the behavior of my script is not changed. The only thing that I print is you are old enough to vote, you should register. But if I run my script and the user enters an age that's less than 18, now I'll get that message that says, sorry, you're not old enough to vote. So this is the way that else works. It's sort of the case that happens if that condition associated with the if is false. So I'll ask the user to enter their age. I'll check if the age is greater than 18. So if this expression evaluates to true, I'll do the expression that's underneath the if. On the other hand, if I come in and the age is less than 18, so that means this expression evaluates to false, then I'll come down here and I'll do whatever expression is under or expressions are underneath the else. I'll always do one or the other, right? Because the age is always going to be either greater than 18 and or equal to 18 or less than 18. So I'll always do one or the other, but I'll always only do exactly one of them, right? So whenever we have two mutually exclusive options, but where you always want to do one or the other, we can use the else.